After the massive failure of the Marvels, the biggest flop in the history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a cringe girl boss team-up movie that the fans completely and totally rejected, most people don't have too much faith that Sony's newest Marvel movie, Madam Web, which also appears to be a cringe girl power team-up movie, is going to have any success at the box office, especially when you combine just that with the fact that these are the same writers that did Morbius in the Sony Spider-Man universe that does not have Spider-Man, and we continue to hear bad thing after bad thing about this movie. Well, now it looks like the director officially has quashed all hope that people should get invested in this for any reason whatsoever. Madam Web director puts final nail in film's box office coffin, confirms Spider-Man spinoff takes place, quote, in a standalone world. Now, to be clear, this is not what this was originally supposed to be. In fact, we found out not that long ago that originally it was supposed to be in Andrew Garfield's universe. That Andrew Garfield was supposed to be the Spider-Man in this Sony Spider-Man universe, that was what they were planning until basically in the middle of production, they decided, no, it's going to be Tom Holland's instead so we can have this, synergy with the MCU. Well, that resulted in them having to rewrite and reshoot a fuck ton of things specifically for this movie. And now you got the director pretty much coming out and saying, yeah, there's really no reason to get invested in this at all. The idea that this is some sort of superhero origin movie for 4 women and it's in a standalone world that doesn't matter, that you're not going to see anything else for, what the fuck is the point of this movie? In confirming the film will have little to offer audiences outside of those with a specific affinity for the web slinger's female allies or morbid curiosity towards the fact it actually went to the Clone Saga storyline for inspiration, Madam Web director S.J. Clarkson has revealed that rather than taking place in Sony's Spider-Man without a Spider-Man cinematic universe, the Dakota Johnson-led spinoff instead exists in its own standalone world. Now, of course, this is the same universe where you have Venom, Venom 2, Morbius, this movie, and, down the line, you have the Kraven the Hunter movie that's coming out, and eventually we'll see Venom 3. Who knows what else they have planned for that Sony Spider-Man with no Spider-Man universe. Clarkson confirmed this production fumble during January 19th interview given to Entertainment Weekly's Devin Coogan in promotion of the film's upcoming release. Speaking of her decision to take a more grounded approach to Cassandra Webb's silver screen debut, again, keep in mind that Madam Web is supposed to be like an old woman in a freaking wheelchair to keep life support stuff to keep her alive, and she's blind. Instead, they have Dakota Johnson from 50 Shades of Grey. So obviously, they're doing a lot of things different with this. This debut, rather than the more fantastical and bombastic on one scene in most other Hollywood superhero fare, the director explained she did so in service of what she saw as the psychological, cerebral nature of the titular heroine's power. Not going to sound too wanky about it, but what's going on in Cassie's head and her grappling with that, detailed Clarkson? Is she going insane? Is this real? Is she battling? She's battling with that within herself and trying to understand it. In light of this supposed desire to keep the film from getting too in the sky with its plot, the Marvel's Jessica Jones and Marvel's Defenders director, and I think there was, Jessica Jones season 1 was fine. I wasn't a big fan of what they did in season 2. I was not a big fan of Defenders either, just for the record. Then revealed Cassandra's story takes place completely separate from either the MCU, Sony's Spider-Man universe, or any other established continuity. She's definitely in a standalone world, explicitly confirmed Clarkson. I was just able to have free reign and let the movie be what it needed to be, as opposed to trying to force it into something else. That was a gift, by the way, to be able to take something and bring a fresh and I hope original take to it. However, while Clarkson appears to frame the decision as a purely creative one, given the recent whisper on the street, it seems more likely the move was decided upon thanks to Sony execs absolutely destroying both the film's internal and franchise timeline in service of chasing marketing synergy with the MCU. And then they go into exactly what we just talked about. It was supposed to be Andrew Garfield, then they switched to Tom Holland, then they had to rewrite a bunch of shit because it was supposed to be set in a different time period based on that, and it ended up being a complete and total catastrophe. Maybe it was they just had it because they fucked so much continuity up. There is something nice about these standalone things that aren't connected to bigger universes, like we saw with Joker, like we saw with the Batman. And, sometimes people appreciate that because people are getting tired of these shared universes. At the same time, if you have something like this that really has nothing of note to pull people in on other than the fact that these people are all Spider women, the idea that it's just completely disconnected, that you're never going to see it connect to anything Spider-Man related, then what the fuck is the point of all of this? That's what everyone's asking. And it looks like the director, if anybody was questioning going to see it just to keep up with it or see if it might do something like that, no, don't bother. If you want to see Cringe Girl Boss team up, then come to our movie. Other than that, there's really no reason. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.